and welcome to A Rookie Guide, a short series of videos here where I try and help you fellow rookies understand the complex and ever-changing world of D&D. We tend to go through terms and phrases and stuff that you may hear just to help you understand when you're listening to your next game. In this video we're going to go over role-playing. Now, role-playing is quite a big part of D&D, but it doesn't have to be. There's this big stereotype and stigma around like D&D players always have to role play. They're always, eccentric and everything like that, and they know everything about D&D. But it's not exactly that. There's a few reasons why people would choose to role play in D&D. There's two kind of main reasons. One, it helps understand your character. It helps us know when you're talking as yourself and when you're talking as your character. So I'll give you a situation. Let's say if you wanted to talk to your group. Without actually talking out in your character, it's to let the DM know that your character isn't talking, it's just you talking with your friends. That's what you do. You just talk normally, you discuss a plan, a route to take if you're trying to storm a castle, whether you take the front gate or sneaking around the back. Then when you've come to a decision and you want to say, oh, my character will then say, that's when you role play, to let the DM know the difference between when you're talking as you and when you're talking as your character. The second reason is a bit more personal. A lot of people that play D&D play it to kind of escape their current situation. So you kind of get a lot of teenagers who are possibly struggling in their current day-to-day. They're not in the best situations. They're just not liking the situation they're in. Either they're being bullied or they've not got many friends and stuff like that, and they're kind of just feeling down on themselves. A lot of people will play D&D to kind of escape that, and that's where the role-playing comes in. It's them escaping their own reality and becoming something they want to be, or becoming something different. So if you get someone that's quite shy and timid, they may choose to play a character that's eccentric, extravagant, and proud and strong and loud, just as a way for them to escape their current situations. And you'll find a lot of people will do that, so it's always good to kind of be respectful. Never ever judge someone for role playing. If someone chooses and wants to role play, don't just go, oh, they're being nerdy or they're being strange. Let them do it, because they may have their own reasons. It may be a way of them coping with certain situations. So yeah, those are kind of the main two ways of role playing, but there's lots of other different reasons that you can go over. A good way to start role playing, or trying to get into role play, is think what your character would do. Just explain to your DM what you want to do. So we'll have a situation now. Let's say you walk into a bar and you see someone across the bar and you want to talk to them about let's say you're looking for a certain person, and there's a person at the bar. You think, oh, I'm going to ask them. They may have information. So you would tell the DM. You'll go to the DM and say, I want to go talk to that person at the bar. I want to ask him some questions. And he's like, oh, what questions do you want to ask? I want to ask him if they've seen a blonde-haired female recently come through this bar. The DM, just to encourage you to roleplay or try and help you start getting into roleplay, may ask you, okay, so how would your character say that then? How would they go about saying that? That's where you start roleplaying. You'll start talking as your character instead of talking what your character would do. You are your character. You start talking as your character. So it may turn out, instead of going, oh, I want to ask them if they've seen a blonde-haired person come through here, it may become, excuse me, you fine sir, have you seen any blonde-haired ladies that walk through here? And that's the start of role-playing. It's as easy as that. A good thing to remember is if you're at a table and someone is just starting to roleplay or is a bit nervous and trying to roleplay, I'd encourage it. Don't ever shoot it down or ever mock them for trying it. Obviously, like, players will have jokes and groups of friends depending on what your kind of personalities are. You may joke around with it. You may choose to have a laugh with, oh, what are you doing that voice for, and stuff like that. But this main thing is to make sure it's all out of love, and then it's all out of respect. You never ever do it to mock someone or make them feel down, as that can really knock their confidence. And you don't know the reason they're playing the game. You don't know why they're trying to roleplay. So the main thing is to be respectful and to give them time and patience. And that's also why you see it a lot in games, where you see a lot of role playing. It's to be different. It's either they can do it as to be funny with their friends, they'll do it to kind of escape situations and try and be another person. Or you can get the kind of the wacky one where you maybe get a voice actor or an actor in your group, and they just love to act and they're using this opportunity to get all their confidence out, or get all their acting skills out. So yeah, that's pretty much why people roleplay. I do hope this video helps. Please comment and let us know if there's anything else you want us to talk about D&D, whether it's terms you've heard you don't quite understand, or there's situations about the game you don't understand. Please let us know. We'd love to hear from you, and I'd be more than happy to help you with one of these videos. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've had a good day. I hope you have a good week, and we will see you next time.